As we age, our bodies change in ways we never quite expect. Things we took for granted in our younger years, like energy, mobility, and even intimacy, can begin to shift without warning. But here's the truth: no one tells you clearly enough. Erectile dysfunction is not just about age. It's a message, a signal your body is sending, one that deserves to be listened to, not ignored, and definitely not dismissed as just something that happens after 60. Because while aging does come with natural hormonal changes, true erectile dysfunction, when it begins to affect your confidence, your connection with your partner, and your sense of vitality, is rarely just about getting older. It's often a symptom of something deeper. It might be circulation, it might be your heart, it might be inflammation, hormones, or even emotional weight you've been silently carrying. Let's be clear: erectile dysfunction isn't a weakness. It's an invitation. An invitation to look inward, to understand what your body might be trying to tell you, and to take steps toward healing that are natural, empowering, and effective. And yes, some of those steps begin right in your kitchen. In this video, we'll break down the top 3 foods that seniors can start eating today to help reduce and even reverse the symptoms of erectile dysfunction, naturally. No pills, no shame, and no unrealistic promises. Just science, nature, and practical knowledge you can actually use. We're not just talking about increasing libido or getting performance back. We're talking about restoring vitality, improving circulation, supporting testosterone levels, calming the nervous system, and reducing inflammation, the root cause of so many chronic issues, including ED. These are foods that nourish your whole body, not just one part. Because in truth, sexual health is total health. If your circulation is sluggish, your performance will be too. If your hormones are out of balance, so is your energy. If your emotional health is heavy with stress, your body will feel it, everywhere. But here's the beautiful part: your body is always trying to heal, and every bite you take is a chance to support that process. So, whether you're in your early 60s and just starting to notice small changes, or you're in your 70s or beyond and want to reconnect with a part of yourself that feels like it's slipping away, this video is for you. You deserve to feel whole. You deserve to feel strong, confident, and capable in every way. This is not about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming presence, reclaiming energy, reclaiming the quiet strength that never left you, only got buried under years of stress, poor habits, or misinformation. Because you're not broken, you're not alone, and your vitality doesn't have an expiration date. Let's pause here to remember something important. Most men don't talk about this. That silence can feel isolating. But by opening the conversation, by watching this video and learning something new, you're already doing something powerful, not just for yourself, but for every man who doesn't yet have the words. And if this video helps you or someone you love, please consider subscribing to the channel. Leave a comment below with your experience or a question you've been carrying. Your story might be the one that gives someone else the courage to take their first step. Are you ready to learn the natural path to a stronger, more confident you? Let's talk about food, not as medicine, but as support, restoration, and renewal. Here are the top 3 foods that can help fight erectile dysfunction in seniors naturally. Food number 1, nuts and seeds, the heart-powered foundation. When it comes to fighting erectile dysfunction in a natural, sustainable way, the very first food on our list may surprise you with its simplicity: nuts and seeds. Small in size but mighty in nutritional value, they carry some of the most powerful compounds needed to restore vascular health, regulate hormones, and boost blood flow, all essential elements for sexual function in seniors. Let's start with the science. Erectile dysfunction is not simply a consequence of aging. It's a signal, a biological whisper that something deeper might be out of balance, most often related to cardiovascular health, hormonal function, or inflammation. And this is where nuts and seeds come in. Many of them, particularly walnuts, almonds, pistachios, flax seeds, and pumpkin seeds, contain a rich supply of arginine, an amino acid that boosts nitric oxide production in the body. Why does that matter? Nitric oxide is the chemical that allows blood vessels to relax and expand, increasing circulation and allowing blood to flow more freely. Without it, erections can be difficult to achieve and even harder to maintain. Let's take pistachios as an example. In a clinical study conducted in Turkey, men with erectile dysfunction were given 100 grams of pistachios per day for 3 weeks. The results? Significant improvement in erectile function, sexual satisfaction, and overall blood lipid profiles. And these weren't young men. They were all middle-aged or older, many with underlying cardiovascular issues. Now, that doesn't mean you need to eat a bowl of pistachios every day. Even just a small handful of mixed nuts or a tablespoon of seeds added to your oatmeal, smoothie, or salad can begin to improve your vascular response over time. But there's more. Nuts and seeds are also packed with zinc, an essential mineral for testosterone production. As men age, testosterone levels naturally decline, but this doesn't mean low energy, low libido, and low confidence have to follow. With the right foods, you can support natural hormone balance and keep your spark alive, mentally, physically, and emotionally. And then there's the heart, quite literally. Most cases of erectile dysfunction in older adults stem from compromised blood flow. That's why nuts and seeds are also critical in this conversation. They are high in omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin E, and magnesium, which collectively reduce inflammation, lower blood pressure, and improve cholesterol, all key factors in restoring healthy circulation. Here's the bottom line. Erections are a vascular event. No matter your age, if your arteries are clogged, your blood vessels are stiff, or your circulation is sluggish, it's going to show up where it matters most. So if you're someone who's been experiencing occasional or consistent erectile dysfunction, ask yourself, what's going on with my blood flow? And if that question makes you nervous, take a deep breath, because the solution may be as simple as what's on your plate. Every time you choose nuts or seeds over heavily processed snacks, you're feeding your body the very tools it needs to repair, regenerate, and perform. Think of it like rebuilding a bridge. You're not forcing a result. You're restoring a function. Here are a few easy ways to include them in your daily diet. Add a tablespoon of ground flax seeds or chia seeds to your breakfast bowl. Keep a container of raw mixed nuts nearby as an afternoon snack. Blend almond butter into your smoothie for extra creaminess and hormone-boosting fats. Sprinkle pumpkin seeds over a salad or soup for crunch and nutrients. Consistency is key. No single food will change your life overnight. But steady intake, even just a few servings per week, has been shown to improve endothelial function, lower cholesterol, and promote better sexual health outcomes in men over 60. And remember, your body still responds to care, no matter your age. The path to better performance doesn't start in the bedroom. It starts in the kitchen. Let your food be your fuel. Let your choices become your medicine. And we're just getting started. Coming up next, a fruit that's both delicious and powerful when it comes to circulation, nerve health, and natural libido restoration. And you've likely had it sitting on your kitchen counter without realizing the secret it holds. Food number 2, berries, nature's vascular tonic. Our second food may be small, colorful, and sweet, but don't be fooled. Berries are one of the most powerful allies when it comes to improving blood flow, protecting nerve function, and restoring natural performance in seniors battling erectile dysfunction. Strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, they all belong to a category of foods rich in flavonoids, particularly anthocyanins, which are plant-based antioxidants proven to support vascular health and endothelial function. In simpler terms, they help keep your blood vessels flexible, clean, and responsive. Now, why is that so important? Because erections are not just about hormones or desire. They're about circulation. If blood can't flow efficiently through your arteries, if your vessels are stiff or inflamed, the response is going to be weak, or not happen at all. A Harvard University study involving over 25,000 men found that those who consumed high amounts of flavonoids, particularly from berries, had a significantly lower risk of developing erectile dysfunction. In fact, the benefits were similar to the effects of brisk walking for 5 hours per week. Yes, you heard that right. Eating more berries gave similar results to exercise in terms of sexual function. But how does that actually work? First, the antioxidants in berries reduce oxidative stress, which is one of the root causes of vascular aging. When oxidative stress builds up, often from poor diet, stress, medications, or underlying health conditions, it damages the lining of blood vessels, restricts blood flow, and increases inflammation. That's a recipe for dysfunction in more ways than one. Berries help neutralize those free radicals, allowing your vascular system to recover, expand, and perform better. Second, berries are also rich in vitamin C, which supports collagen formation in the arterial walls, making them more elastic and improving their ability to dilate. That means better circulation where you need it most. But the benefits don't stop there. Berries are low in sugar, high in fiber, and have a low glycemic index, which means they help regulate blood sugar levels, a major factor in preventing and managing type 2 diabetes, which is one of the top underlying causes of erectile dysfunction in older adults. If you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, or if you simply want to avoid blood sugar spikes, berries are a perfect fruit to enjoy regularly. They satisfy a sweet craving without the metabolic cost, and they work behind the scenes to restore vascular performance and nerve sensitivity. And yes, nerve health matters too. Erectile function doesn't depend solely on blood flow. It also relies on proper nerve signaling. When nerve pathways are damaged, whether from diabetes, medication, or age-related degeneration, the signals that initiate and sustain an erection can become interrupted or muted. The polyphenols and anti-inflammatory compounds in berries have been shown to protect nerve tissue, improve cognitive performance, and even delay age-related decline in brain and nervous system function. That means clearer signals, better coordination, and improved responsiveness, both mentally and physically. Let's pause for a moment and bring this home. If you've been struggling with ED and thinking it's just a part of aging, ask yourself, when was the last time I truly nourished my blood vessels, my nerves, my hormones? Because berries do all three, gently, naturally, and consistently. Here are some easy ways to make them a part of your daily routine. Add a cup of frozen blueberries to your morning smoothie. Top your Greek yogurt or oatmeal with sliced strawberries or raspberries. Keep a container of fresh berries in your fridge and snack on them mid-morning. Mix berries with nuts for a circulation-boosting, hormone-balancing combo. And don't worry, fresh, frozen, and even dried, unsweetened berries can all be beneficial. The key is consistency. Eat them daily. Let them do their quiet work in the background. Over time, you'll start to feel the difference, not just in the bedroom, but in your energy, clarity, and sense of vitality. Because again, erectile dysfunction is not the enemy. It's a message, a call to action from your body, a gentle nudge saying, please support me, please restore me, I'm still here. And when you answer that call with the right foods, the right habits, and the right mindset, healing happens. Coming up next, in Part 4, the #1 morning ritual food that senior men are using to naturally raise testosterone, regulate blood pressure, and improve both stamina and confidence, inside and outside the bedroom. Food. Number 3. Dark leafy greens. The morning ritual that boosts blood flow and testosterone. Now we arrive at one of the most underrated yet powerful foods in the entire conversation around men's health, especially for seniors. It's not exotic, it's not expensive, and it's probably already sitting in your refrigerator. We're talking about dark leafy greens, particularly spinach, kale, arugula, Swiss chard, and even beet greens. These vegetables are nutritional gold mines. But for men over 60 experiencing the slow creep of erectile dysfunction, they're more than just healthy. They're essential. Let's break it down. What do erections need to happen? They require blood flow. We've talked about that. They require nerve signals. We've covered that too. But they also require something deeper, something chemical, something that signals the body to relax the blood vessels and allow them to fill, expand, and maintain pressure. That something is called nitric oxide. And that's exactly where leafy greens shine. Dark leafy greens are rich in nitrates, which your body naturally converts into nitric oxide, a gas that causes vasodilation. This means your blood vessels open up, circulation improves, and blood flows more freely, especially to the places that matter most when it counts. Let's put this into context. Erectile dysfunction is often the first visible symptom of poor endothelial function. That's the lining of your blood vessels not doing its job. When you feed it nitrates through greens, you're giving it the raw materials to heal, restore, and activate again. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that men with higher nitrate intake from vegetables had better overall vascular function and lower incidence of ED, even as they aged. And here's what's even more exciting. Many seniors suffer from low energy, low libido, and a general sense of slowing down. What most don't realize is that these symptoms often correlate with low testosterone levels, and leafy greens help here too. How? Dark leafy greens are packed with magnesium, vitamin C, folate, and zinc, all nutrients directly involved in testosterone production, hormone regulation, and metabolic balance. For example, magnesium helps release bound testosterone into its free, active form. Zinc is crucial for the synthesis of testosterone and also supports prostate health. Folate improves blood cell production, helping with energy and endurance. Vitamin C fights oxidative stress, protecting Leydig cells, the very cells that produce testosterone. In other words, when you build your breakfast or morning meal around leafy greens, maybe in a smoothie, omelet, or veggie stir-fry, you're creating the perfect hormonal environment to thrive. And if the thought of salad for breakfast doesn't sound appealing, don't worry. You can ease into it. Add a handful of spinach to your morning smoothie. You won't taste it, but your body will feel it. Scramble eggs with kale or arugula and top with olive oil for healthy fats. Blend greens with Greek yogurt, berries, and seeds for a superfood-packed start. Here's a bonus. Leafy greens are also alkaline-forming, meaning they help balance your body's pH, reduce inflammation, and support joint, muscle, and bone health. All critical for staying active and mobile into your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Now let's speak plainly for a moment. Erectile dysfunction doesn't just affect your physical performance. It affects your confidence, your relationships, and sometimes even your identity as a man. But here's the truth. It doesn't have to define you. It doesn't have to control your narrative. And it absolutely doesn't have to be permanent. Because in so many cases, erectile dysfunction is a call for change, a message from your body saying, "Support me better, and I will perform for you again." And that change can start with a single plate. Berries, eggs, nuts, leafy greens. These are not miracle pills. They're not overnight fixes. But they are the foundation. The slow, steady medicine that your body understands. Food that speaks the language of restoration, not just stimulation. And when you fuel your body consistently with these nutrients, you start to see the difference. Stronger blood flow, sharper memory, better sleep, increased desire, a deeper sense of well-being and self-worth. It's not just about avoiding dysfunction, it's about awakening function, reclaiming what was always yours. So whether you're struggling silently or just noticing the first signs, know this: you're not broken. You're rebuilding. And that journey begins with small, daily choices that carry massive long-term impact. But next up, in our final segment, we'll bring it all together. Practical tips, sample meal plans, supplements that truly help, and one powerful shift in mindset that can make all the difference. You don't want to miss this closing message, because this isn't just about better health. It's about reviving the core of who you are. Putting it all together. Small changes, big results. So let's bring everything together. If you've made it this far, it means one of two things. Either you're going through this yourself, or you deeply care about someone who is. And that makes this moment powerful, because awareness is always the first step toward change. We began with a bold statement. Erectile dysfunction is not a natural part of aging. It's a sign, a message, a signal that something inside needs attention. And we answered that message not with fear, but with food. Here are the top 3 natural allies we explored. 1. Eggs packed with protein, vitamin D, choline, and B12. They rebuild nerves, boost testosterone, and protect blood flow, especially when consumed in moderation and paired with healthy fats. 2. Nuts and seeds. These little powerhouses bring magnesium, zinc, omega-3s, and plant-based protein to the table. They reduce inflammation, improve circulation, support hormone balance, and combat stress-related depletion of sexual energy. 3. Dark leafy greens. Loaded with dietary nitrates and key minerals, they enhance nitric oxide production, support vascular health, and improve testosterone levels. They're your daily green medicine for performance, energy, and longevity. But here's the truth. Information means nothing without action. So let's make this real, with a simple plan to get started this week. The 7-day Revive Plan for seniors. Morning. 2 boiled or scrambled eggs with olive oil and spinach. 1 TBSP ground flax or chia seeds sprinkled on oatmeal or Greek yogurt. A cup of green tea or lemon water to start your digestion. Afternoon. Handful of almonds or walnuts. Grilled fish or chicken over leafy greens. Kale, arugula, beet greens. Avoid heavy starches, opt for legumes or steamed vegetables. Evening. Stir-fried greens with garlic and pumpkin seeds, small serving of quinoa or brown rice, herbal tea, like ginger or hibiscus, to calm the system. Daily additions, magnesium glycinate, 200-400 milliliters, before bed, zinc picolinate, 15-30 milliliters, with lunch. Vitamin D3, 1,000-2,000 IU daily. Stay hydrated, at least 6 to 8 glasses of water, adding electrolytes if needed. And remember, fast if it works for you. Walk if you can. Stretch what's tight. Breathe deeper. Your body is listening. Respond with kindness and discipline. Shifting the mindset. Too many seniors fall into the trap of acceptance without examination. They believe it's just age, just normal, just how it is. But here's a radical truth. Age is not your enemy. Inaction is, you are not past your prime. You're simply being asked to live more intentionally, and nature is giving you the tools to do it. So what happens when you reclaim your health? You stand taller, you walk stronger, you look forward to the day, you begin to feel that quiet power again, not from medication, but from momentum. Your next step. If this video helped you, here's how you can help it reach someone else. Comment below. What tip resonated with you the most? Like the video. It helps the algorithm push this message to more seniors. Subscribe to Vital Core 60 for weekly content that empowers you with real, natural solutions. Share this video with a brother, a friend, a father, someone who might need to hear this. And if you feel called to support the mission of Vital Core 60, consider clicking the Thanks button below. Your support helps us keep creating free content that matters. Remember, you don't just deserve health, you deserve vitality. You deserve the kind of energy that doesn't fade with time, but deepens with care. Thank you for being here. This is Vital Core 60, and we'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay strong, stay kind, and never stop reclaiming your life.